Hello and welcome to this special edition of FiTV. I'm your host, Brad Swanson, and I am coming to you just a few blocks from Florida's capital during this insane COVID-19 time in America. I'm grateful to have Attorney General Ashley Moody joining us remotely via her feed. And General Moody, are you there? And welcome.
I am. Thank you so much. And thank you for your attention during this critical time in our history.
Well, you know, I know our members are out there running the interviews of you and the rest of the cabinet every time you guys are on, and FiTV is echoing all the statements coming out of your office and other cabinet members and all the first responders as much as we can. So we're glad that we can play a small part. But how are you holding up, General? Are you doing okay?
I am. Just like every Floridian, I'm concerned with the health and safety of my family, my parents, my extended family. At the same time, remaining vigilant at protecting Florida consumers and ensuring that they have access to essential commodities as they try to protect their families. Yeah. Well, there's a couple of technology issues that are coming on that directly are related to your office. So if you're good, we're just going to jump right in. And the first topic is Zoom bombing. Explain to us what this is and how people can protect themselves while using this technology. Sure. Well, Zoom is like other teleconference meeting platforms. It has exploded in terms of popularity during this time of isolation and quarantine. And, within my own home, we've used it not only to keep track of family and keep in close contact with our friends, but my own son is using Zoom to take part in school meetings and school activities. So as it has increased in popularity, attention has really been focused on whether or not it protects privacy. I've been in communication and working with other attorneys general to ensure that it does focus on that and we can ensure consumer privacy. We've been in contact with Zoom. We have a few tips for those that are using that platform. Number one, make sure you use an individual password for each Zoom meeting. That's extremely important. Don't post that meeting's location or password on any type of social media. You can create a waiting room where people come and wait and you accept them into the meeting. That's been very helpful, as well as locking the meeting down once everyone you expect to attend joins that meeting. So those are just a few tips that we would recommend to ensure privacy. But it's extremely important that we as Floridians during this time, as we're trying to protect ourselves and stay healthy, that we do remain engaged with others. Socializing is so very important to our mental health, and while we encourage Floridians to keep doing that using technology, we just want to make sure they're safe at the same time.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, my kids are going through it. I know the school districts are warning about making sure everybody remains safe and using those very tips. So we look forward to getting those out. Now, your son is attending school from home. Tell us about how the internet is helping to keep him connected to his school beyond Zoom.
Yes, like many Florida students, he is conversing with his teachers and other classmates daily using the Zoom platform. It's extremely important. It keeps him engaged in his studies. Also helps us, like I'm sure many other parents, make sure that the teachers are still having some hands-on contact and direction. But you know, we face those same challenges as many other Florida families, and the internet has just been extremely valuable, like never before in the education of so many youth across Florida.
Yeah, it's one that we're pretty grateful that the technology we have in place from our industry is holding up well and serving Floridians and everybody across the United States so that they can keep up with their schoolwork and stay in touch with their teachers. Okay, so we're going to move on to another topic that has been for a long time important to your office. You implemented a price gouging app, and tell us a little bit about the price gouging and how consumers can protect themselves from this kind of fraud.
Well, thank you for asking about price gouging. As with other natural disasters that we've repeatedly faced in Florida, like hurricanes, during declared state of emergencies, we often see price gouging, which is when essential commodities that Floridians need, people or businesses will jack up the prices, making it hard to afford them. And so we are vigilant about ensuring that we're deterring and following up and investigating and going after those that are trying to take advantage of Floridians during this difficult time. When I came into office, we had a hotline, which we had been traditionally using, but many times during a crisis, when people's anxiety overtakes them and they're trying to rush around and get products for their home, oftentimes we were having difficulty capturing all the information that we needed when they would report. So we developed an app. It's called the No Scam app. It can be downloaded to any smartphone. I would encourage Floridians to do it. It's been a unique and valuable tool during this time. In addition to reporting price gouging, Floridians have reported other ways that people have been scammed during this time of crisis. And so we are increasingly using technology to help us do our job and complete the mission of this office. And we need Floridians' help to do it. And so we encourage them to use either the hotline 1-866-9-NO-SCAM or the newly created app called No Scam, which can be downloaded to a smartphone.
Yeah, well, I remember when you came on our show a while back and first told us about the app. It's been pretty exciting. Any stats come to mind on what that app is capturing? We've only got a few seconds left. Any top of mind stats that you want to share with viewers?
Well, as you know, not only are we focused on immediately responding to contacts with our office, I can tell you we've contacted over 3,000 merchants regarding issues related to price gouging or refunds or scams. Extremely proud of my team. I have the majority of my office working from home, and yet they are so dedicated to protecting Floridians and the mission of this office that hasn't deterred them. And one of the main ways they're able to do this and keep up their level of service to Florida and to Floridians is using the internet and technology and this new app. And so I always like to highlight those tools whenever I can. It's exceedingly important that not only my agency, the Office of the Attorney General, but other agencies continue to examine how we can use technology to better address the issues and concerns that we have as a state and that Floridians face.
Yes, well, General, we're grateful for all the work that you've been doing on teaching people how to be conscientious and protect themselves with Zoom bombing, excuse me, and your price gouging efforts and enforcing the law on that. And we know that Skype interviews always have fun background noise, so it doesn't matter with regard to this one. And FiTV is just grateful for every time you come on and share what's going on with the Attorney General's office, and we thank you for your leadership. So, General, it's been great to have you on once again.
Thank you, Brad.
That's all the time we have for today's show, so make sure you hit us up on our social media platforms for more great interviews like this one. And for now, thanks for tuning in.